thing we did with the pre-briefs, but this time I can screen share, and we're gonna go do a quick little. You guys push in the chats and the comments, stickers, and we're gonna rock it. So let me get up Weeble real quick so we can do this. Y'all see that?
It's loading.
Devices manufactured domestically. Do we have another challenge of the importation of?
Kind of, yeah.
We continue to look for tests wherever we can find them, and we've encouraged actually.
What they got? I don't know how.
All right, guys, in the comments, drop what tickers you guys want us to go over, and we'll go over it. And this will go on the YouTube channel as well as a live viewing once we're done.
Yeah, seguro.
Yeah, and everyone, can you mute and just use the chat group? That way we can just rock it.
No me va a matar, hijo de puta.
All right, first up, Fubu.
Fubo.
I don't know, I call it Fubu. But all right, here we go. So when we're looking at Fubu, I see what you guys are talking about, and I like where we're going. If you notice, we're making, this is the daily, or excuse me, the 1 minute chart. Let's look at the daily real quick. So we're at a downward trend. So we're starting to see signs of possible reversal, but we need something more than just, you know, a bunch of sellers one day doing this. We need to see another candlestick over here pushing up. Going on to 5 minute. Let's see how we're doing. We're consolidating nice. So the idea is that we'll probably get a good close to breakout from here. Can you guys mute yourself, please?
Stop jumping.
And we'll start breaking out from here, and that'll be good area for us to continue up. So I like Fubu moving forward, but I wanted to see it close green one more day, probably around this area or here, and then we'll start to see idea. Yes, definitely signs of reversal. Any other tickers? Ford. All right, Ford. I love some Ford. All right, so we noticed on the daily, right? Remember that block that we had? Oh, I already had on here too. So we broke out of our rectangular pattern, right? We hit this high up at almost $25. That's pretty much going to be what I think is going to be our new support level, at least for the time being. Notice we consolidated for a while here on Ford in between this rectangle box. I think we're going to have the same pattern over here before we start to see another breakout. And as long as the news with Ford stays pretty solid, I think we're going to have some good investing going in. And we're going to probably bounce around between this $25 area and this, you know, $20, $23 area around here. So good one, Ford. Next one. I know there's more than 2 people on here. Push out your tickers, y'all. Oh, man. You had to go with Starbucks, didn't you? This one is the one that is hurting my soul right now. So Starbucks, okay, we thought, because we had the consolidation over here, okay, guys, we thought Starbucks was going to continue in this pattern here, and we thought it was going to bounce around between this 108 and this 116 type area for the support, and definitely it disappointed us, and it continued downward. Hey, can you mute yourself over there? And it continued downward, and now we're looking at a downward trend from here where we have to see some bounce from here in order to get back up to our level that we had. So I don't like Starbucks moving forward. In fact, I probably
he averaged down
for a while.
I'm not in it to begin with, so I don't care about it.
Yeah. All right, big BBIG. I haven't traded that ticker for a while, but I see a lot of people pushing it out. See what we're looking at on a daily downward trend on the daily. How we looking on the 5 minute? Oh, there we go. Okay. How we looking on the 5 minute? Okay. I see why you're excited about it. Okay. We got this nice little trend line down here. So I like what I'm seeing on the 5 minute for sure. And let's go ahead and pull an extender on here. So I like what we're seeing. Seeing a definite momentum shift here, pushing up. I like where we're at. And then we got a nice little top forming. And you guys remember, I always like to get a couple ideas of where we're going. So we're starting to consolidate tighter and tighter as we hit into this triangle pattern over here. And so, you know, if we stay in this level, I see us kind of keep bouncing around, making it tighter. And then we're going to get to a point, you know, here soon, probably in a day or so, where we're going to have to make a decision whether it's going to go up or down based off the volume, though. Volume's starting to taper off on it. So I don't know if we will see that continued pressure upwards. However, if it starts making those levels, we might get some of that automatic buying pressure from Autobots that push sales when it hits certain levels, and we might see some upward pressure, but I'm not sure. Right now, the volume is starting to really taper off. So I'm thinking that it could possibly get up to this level where it needs to reach, and then we can start seeing a downward trend from there. All right, FSR. Okay, we're on the 5-minute chart here. All right, so we got some consolidation right here. We got a little, kind of the same thing we just had with big. You know, we got our top point over here. I like this one a little bit better because it has more points that it's reached as far as a resistance point. And we got some tight consolidation moving from bottom to up. So we could definitely see a little bit tighter and then a breakout here soon. What does it look like on the daily? On the daily, though, it looks like we're on a downward trend. So I don't know. I'd be cautious on this. Looks like we got a little inside bar, though. So definitely, you know, we got an inside bar here. Definitely could prove to be something good. I'd like to see a little bit more of a upward momentum and the volume. We need more volume. Volume's starting to taper off as well. I'm not sure about this one at all. X, please. Oops, typed that in the wrong area. All right, so here we go. We got US Steel. Ooh, I like what I'm seeing on US Steel on the daily. We got our cup, and now we're starting to form our handle. What is this? Is this a line? Did I draw this? I don't know. All right, so we got our cup here, and we're starting to form our handle. Looks like it's kind of going a little downward handle. We're starting to get wide with our price action. So we could potentially kind of go downward, almost like a falling wedge. But that is usually a good sign, especially coming off a cup and handle, because we're probably looking for a breakout after a cool down period. Oh, we do have the cool down period down here. Okay, so we actually gapped down a little bit. Definitely would like to, I'm going to put this on my ticker watch so I can pay attention to this one. I like the steel is one of those, when it runs hard. So interested in this one as well. Good ticker. Thank you for putting that out there. PLTR. You're one of those PLTR riders. All right. Still, we're on that downward trend. Yes. Do we got a little piece of a signs of reversal? Absolutely. I'd like to see one more and get it higher. Then we got 3 white soldiers. Then I think we're in time that we're going to start seeing some buying pressure. And our volume is starting to, you know, we had a good volume candle here. Our volume is starting to staying about steady. I want another day closing up. And then, you know, I'm going to start thinking that we got a trend for a reversal on the upside so we can start getting back to these higher levels. NEO, popular ticker. All right, NEO. Remember when we did NEO last time, we had a rectangular pattern over here, and we've been definitely on a downward trend. We're starting to see that consolidation period again in NEO because we have an area where it's starting to trade in. So we know that up here around this area, this is good right now. Currently, this is good resistance point, $33 area. And we know that NEO doesn't like to go down here. Once we start seeing NEO travel down to the 27.85, you see a lot of automatic buys. You saw it right here. It traveled down here, and you see this automatic thick candle. Automatic buys are coming in all day right there, causing that pressure upwards. So once again, we're in strength right now on the daily. So I do like NEO. I'd like to close again to the upside, but we have to remember NEO likes to travel up this point, the $33, you know, $33, $34 area, and then likes to sell off at that area. So we have to hold above that area before I'm starting to think of NEO long term. What's that question? So 2750, a good buy-in for what? Neo. It depends, man. Are you talking about going long or are you talking about contracts? Because if you're going contracts, I don't like contracts, Neo, right now. As far as options are concerned, it's not moving enough to make really good money off of Neo contracts, in my opinion. But going long, yeah, I think so. I think now would be a good idea for going long, having shares, getting in, starting your position out, doing some dollar cost averaging in weakness, I think would be a good area for Neo right here. Now, obviously, if we start to travel down to this area, this 27.89 type area, and we close below it, we're expecting some downward pressure. So, everything's a gamble, but I think it would be a gamble that'd pay off in the long run. All right, what we got? FCX. Ooh, I like this chart. Here we go. Okay, now we're seeing a definite increase. We're making higher highs, higher lows. We dipped a little bit here, it's a little cool down, but we started popping back up again. And now we're got some good strength moving into some consolidation. I like this one. I think this one's going to do fairly well. I don't know if we'll be able to touch up here and close above this 43.72, but where are we at right now? We're at 42.64. Yeah, I like this area right here. I'd like to, once we get a good confirmation of closing up here, I think we'll be on and on. I think this is a good consolidation period. Look at this tight closing right here. So all this price action on the daily, tight closing. Yeah, we had a little bit sell off, but that's probably due to some, market news that happened, because immediately the very next trading session, it started going in again and on up. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start traveling up to the $43 area. Yep, I like this one. This is a good chart. What do we got next? AMD chips. Chips are good long-term investment. All right, right now, so chips are kind of selling off again from their previous highs, like we've seen everything else selling off. So as far as chips being a good investment right now, if you're going long on them, like wanting to get in shares, you may want to wait off for a little bit, because we're still making lower highs and we're making higher lows. So I still see a little bit of downward pressure, in AMD. I saw it in NVDA earlier. I saw it in ON. So we're, yes, is there opportunity to make money bullishly? Yeah, absolutely. But if we're going to start thinking about going long in shares, we want this to go down a little bit lower. I think it would be plausible to go test this area down here. And then this would be a good buying area. I got a feeling there's a lot of automatic buys coming in this area, as you saw previously, boom, buy, a lot of volume pressure going to the buy side. So this would be a good area to expect it to come down to before we start seeing some of those automatic triggers.
How many slices you want?
We're
All
right.
It's one. I made
RTC.
3. You want at least
I've never looked at IRTC
You want
before.
pepperoni and
IRTC
pineapple,
though,
or
looking at
just
the
the
chart, I
pepperoni?
like this one. Hey, sir, could you mute
You
yourself,
don't like
please?
the pineapple?
But I like this right here. We got a nice box that we have.
Hawaiian pizza,
We're over here.
pepperoni and pineapple. If you ever get
Right here,
Hawaiian
we're looking
pizza,
at
that's what it is.
$95.99,
If they ask you
and
what
we're
type of
looking at
pizza would you like, would you like
118.75,
the
and
Hawaiian?
we got our breakout.
That's
So we're
pepperoni and
looking
pineapple.
for our next top resistance point. Once we get up there and we find where the top is at, then we'll probably start looking for some negative downward pressure, because we got to find our new support. So I like this one. I like this chart a lot. I'm gonna put this on my watch list. Appreciate you putting that in there. All right, NVDA. All right, again, just like with AMD, same song and dance. We're making lower highs and lower lows. So we need, we got some downward pressure. Definitely, this is one of those long-term stocks. NVDA is kind of, when you buy in the NVDA, you're buying in the future. Chips aren't going anywhere. Everything we got, electric, the EV boom, all this type of stuff is going to have these chips. We just got to get the supply and demand under control and the bottleneck taken care of. QQQ. All right, kind of everywhere, QQQ is tech heavy. So I'm not surprised that this is kind of everywhere, but what I want you to see is we're kind of seeing this megaphone type of effect, okay? So if you could imagine this area over here being the handle of the megaphone, and we got our highs and we got our lows, and we got our highs and we got our lows, and we're kind of getting wider and wider as we go. I wouldn't be surprised if we start spiking up again to touch another peak, and then we shoot right back down, make another lower low. So Q is definitely something to watch and pay attention to. But if we start tracking back up towards this higher level, we probably should start thinking that there's going to be a downward pressure as well, because we're looking at it right here. Highs, lows, highs, lows, highs, lows. So, you know, we're expecting probably a good sell-off once it starts making another high. Let's see. Zillow Group. All right. Yeah, some consolidation going on here at the bottom. I think we found bottom. So, you know, if you're thinking about going long on Zillow, this would probably be a good area to go long on, because we found bottom and we're starting to see our rectangular pattern. And we can see that, you know, we got some good price action going on right here.
Stocks.
Right there.
Stocks.
There we go.
We have my agenda.
And right there. So you see our price action going inside of our box here. This is where we're at. So, you know, we're kind of on the downward half of it over here. We need to close above this downward half. And if we can't meet downward half, we're probably going to go down to this level, and we're going to test this for sure to see if we can. And if patterns repeat themselves, which they a lot of times do, and as long as there's some sentiment going in, we'll probably bounce and jump up to our next point.
Apple 182.
ADM. All right, last one, guys.
No,
There's a
they
button
had
at
a
the
resistance,
bottom
so I
to
get them
post.
trouble.
Oh, I don't know. I'll figure that one out for last time. Mute all. But I appreciate Yosep. Yeah, I'll mute everyone next time we do this live with the
Yes, sir.
Zoom. Appreciate it. All right, last one, guys. ADM. Do Z. Ooh, what is this? Archer Daniels. I like this. Yeah, I see why you're excited about this. Look at that chart. That's a beautiful chart. Here was our rectangular pattern that we had. You know, over here, and we broke out of that. So we're on our way trying to find resistance. So I wouldn't be surprised. And we even got some consolidation here a little bit. So, you know, possibly we're not done yet. We need to find that top level resistance before we start to cool down. But yeah, man, I like this chart. This is a good one. I'm writing this one down too, man. You guys are throwing out some good tickers I haven't even paid attention to. What's that? Z-Caler? What is that? Z-S-C-A-L-E-R? Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It's same song and dance with some of those downward trend stocks. Okay, we're making, you know, we're making higher lows and we're making lower highs. So, or excuse me, lower lows and higher lows, higher high. God, I'm getting tongue tied. You know what I'm talking about. We're making lower lows and lower highs. So we're on a downward trend. You know, we do have the indications of a possible reversal, but we don't have the volume that goes along with it. So we need to see the volume increase before it gives us the good idea of whether we have a full swing reversal going in. Are you, I'm going to butcher your name, TWR. Are you bullish or bearish on this one? Which direction do you want it to go? Yeah. Bullish on it? All right, yeah. So if you're bullish on this, I'd wait just a little bit. I definitely would like to see what happens, you know, on a day or two, because we need to, this is a good area right here. This is our next good area of real tight power action, because you see we got a lot of action going on here. You know, I'd like to see it travel up to this way before we know that we for sure have the breakout. As it looks, it likes to spike up and then likes to dump. So I'd be careful with this one going bullish on it too much. But yeah, man, you probably could make some money in the short term on it, but we need that volume to kick up. All right, guys. Hey, appreciate it. I'm going to share one more thing with you real quick. And I got this thing, little promo that we're doing. So you guys all know, a lot of you guys are sticking with us, and we appreciate that. We got our website up, all right, traderswarroom.com. It's a work in progress. We're building this as we go. I'm not a site engineer. I'm building this thing from scratch. I'm learning this as to go. So, you know, we're building this up and putting everything there. You know, we got business hours because we started getting robust and we started beefing up in clientele. So we had to put some business hours so I can make sure you guys get all your products and stuff. All right. Check the description tab when I put this out on YouTube. All the links are going to be there. We got the charting class coming up. If you want to learn how to chart and make nice charts with all of your, you know, lines of trends and patterns and things of that nature, man, we got 2 hours that are going to be nothing about charts. Exactly what you guys are doing, giving me tickers, and our boy Amped is going to build you guys charts from scratch, man. And then we got this one, key, especially in markets like today that are kind of choppy, man, managing risk and emotional trading. All right. Pastor Prince is our guest instructor, man. He is a wizard at staying calm, cool, and collected, man. And if you guys want the one-on-one mentoring sessions, we got that for you. You send me an email, we'll square you away, get you guys spun up. Other than that, our Discord's there, and I appreciate you guys for rocking with us. And you know, as always, Traders War Room, we look at the market like it's a war zone. So come along with us, take the journey, join the crew, and as always, let's go to war.